The Galactic Council convened in the vast chamber of crystalline light, their forms shimmering with the elegance of species that had mastered the cosmos. They had ruled for eons, their decisions shaping the fate of countless worlds, yet humanity had always remained a curiosity at the edge of their maps. No one had expected humans to rise so quickly, their technology advancing faster than the Council anticipated. Now whispers of human fleets capable of remarkable feats reached the Council chambers, and unease spread among the representatives. "Humanity has grown too fast," said Talon, the elder of the Dravari species, his voice a low hum that resonated through the chamber. "We cannot allow them to continue unchecked." "And yet," interjected Marava of the Lorith, her translucent form quivering with iridescent light, "they have not yet provoked us. Should we strike first, we risk igniting a war we cannot control." The Council debated long into the cycle, but fear triumphed over caution. They decided to impose restrictions, limiting human expansion, monitoring their fleets, and attempting to coerce humanity into submission. Envoys were sent bearing the Council's demands, but the humans did not tremble. They listened, polite yet firm, their expressions betraying nothing. Commander Elias of the Terran Defense Fleet received the Council's envoy aboard the starship Resolute, orbiting the human colony of Novara. He studied the alien representatives carefully. They were elegant, beautiful in a way that humans might admire, yet there was a sharpness in their eyes. The message they delivered was clear. Humanity must submit to the Council's oversight or face consequences. Elias remained calm. "We appreciate your concern," he said evenly. "However, humanity has earned its place in the galaxy. We will continue to explore, to expand, and to protect our colonies. We do not seek conflict, but we will defend ourselves." The envoy's leader, a tall figure with limbs that shimmered like liquid silver, frowned. "Defiance is unacceptable. You leave us no choice." Elias inclined his head. "We do not fear your choice." When the envoy returned to their council, their reports painted a picture of human resolve unlike anything the Council had encountered. The humans were not a fragile species, nor were they easily intimidated. They adapted rapidly, learned quickly, and most importantly, they did not yield. The Council's leaders convened again, this time with anger fueling their decisions. "We will demonstrate our authority," said Talon, his voice like grinding stone. "Send a strike fleet. Make it clear that humans cannot ignore the Council." Thus, a coalition of fleets, hundreds of vessels strong, moved toward human space. The humans were aware of their approach within cycles, but the size and speed of the fleet were formidable. Earth's military command held an emergency session aboard the orbital citadel, a massive structure suspended above the blue-green planet. Admiral Hart, a veteran of countless interstellar exercises, addressed the gathered officers. "They think they can intimidate us with numbers," she said. "They do not understand that humanity does not flee. We will defend our worlds, and we will show the galaxy that threats against us awaken something far greater than fear." In secret facilities scattered across human space, engineers and scientists worked tirelessly. The Terran fleet was reinforced with new technologies. Railguns capable of firing projectiles at relativistic speeds, energy shields that could withstand beams of concentrated plasma, and AI-guided drones that coordinated attacks with near-perfect precision. The humans had prepared not just for defense, but for retaliation that could shift the balance of power. As the alien fleet entered the outer rim of human space, sensors picked up their movements. Commander Elias, now aboard the Resolute, watched the holographic projection of the enemy formation. "They assume they can intimidate us," he murmured. "They do not understand that every act against humanity only makes us stronger." When the first vessels crossed the threshold of human territory, warning beacons flared across the colony worlds. Civilian populations were evacuated, and the fleet moved into defensive positions. Then, without hesitation, humanity struck. The opening salvo was precise and devastating. Railgun projectiles tore through alien shields, slicing through the hulls of cruisers before they could react. Energy pulses disabled key systems, leaving command ships blind and immobile. The humans fought not out of hatred, but out of a deep instinct for survival, a refusal to be ruled or threatened. Talon watched the reports with disbelief. "They are not reacting," he said, voice trembling. "They are orchestrating destruction with purpose. They are different." As the battle continued, human ingenuity became evident. Swarm drones darted between alien vessels, exploiting weaknesses the Council fleets did not know they had. Planets that were once passive observers now became active participants. Orbital defenses fired with unprecedented accuracy, and the humans coordinated their attacks across light years with communications that alien technology struggled to intercept. Amid the chaos, a human pilot named Marcus maneuvered his fighter with flawless precision, diving between alien frigates, launching micromissiles that crippled engines and disrupted formations. Every human crew seemed to understand their role, operating as a single organism with shared purpose. For the Council, the losses were staggering. Ships that had never been defeated fell in moments. The more they attempted to regroup, the more the humans adapted. Each tactic the Council employed was met with a counter that was faster, smarter, and more decisive than anything they had encountered. Back on Earth, the population watched the events unfold through transmissions. Children stood alongside their parents, engineers celebrated every successful strike, and leaders spoke with calm authority. Humanity was united in a way that no external threat could fracture. The Council, facing unprecedented humiliation, debated again. Mirava's voice shook with urgency. We misjudged them. They are not merely a rising species. They are unstoppable if provoked. We must consider retreat. But Talon, consumed by pride and fear of losing face, would not relent. We cannot appear weak. They must learn respect for the Council. The humans, however, required no lessons in respect. They did not seek to conquer the Council worlds, nor did they aim to annihilate entire species. Their objective was simple: survival and deterrence. Yet every demonstration of strength left a lasting impression. Fleets were shattered, command structures were crippled, and Council planets that had not prepared for war were exposed. By the time the battle reached the outer rim of human space, the Council realized that humanity's wrath was not a temporary response. It was a calculated, intelligent, and relentless force. Ships that had once been symbols of invincibility were now drifting husks, evidence of a power that the Council could neither ignore nor contain. Elias, observing the aftermath, understood the deeper truth. Humanity's strength did not come solely from technology. It came from resolve, creativity, and an unwillingness to surrender to intimidation. Every human who had fought, every engineer who had improved the fleet, every civilian who had supported the war effort, contributed to a unity that no alien calculus could predict. The Council convened one final time, their voices urgent and fearful. We underestimated them, said Mirava, her form dimming in defeat. We cannot continue this war. They will destroy everything we value. Talon, pride still clinging to him, finally nodded. We must withdraw. Humanity is exceptional. They are not a species to challenge lightly. The withdrawal was swift, a silent admission of defeat. Human forces allowed the Council fleets to retreat, observing but not pursuing. They did not need to crush the Council. Their demonstration had been enough. The galaxy would remember. On Earth, celebrations were muted yet profound. Humanity had faced the power of the Council and emerged unbroken. The lessons were clear. Threats could be met with resolve, arrogance could be countered with intelligence, and unity was an unstoppable force. Elias stood aboard the Resolute, gazing at the stars. They thought fear would bend us, he said softly. They awoke something far greater, our determination. In the weeks that followed, humanity expanded cautiously but confidently. The colonies thrived, protected by fleets that were more than machines. They were embodiments of a species that refused to be subdued. Other civilizations watched with a mixture of fear and respect, for the humans had proven that their place in the galaxy was not negotiable. Diplomacy resumed, but it was humanity that dictated terms. The Council, humbled and wary, approached with caution. Humanity did not seek revenge or dominion, only acknowledgement of their sovereignty. The galaxy, once confident in the Council's control, learned a new lesson. Power was not measured by age or alliances alone. It was measured by resolve, creativity, and the refusal to bow. Humanity had awakened, and the cosmos would never be the same. Elias, now considered a hero across human worlds, reflected on the journey. We were always capable of greatness, he said. They just had to see what we would do when cornered. And so, the story spread across star systems. The Galactic Council moved against humanity, confident in their supremacy, only to awaken a force the galaxy had never imagined. The humans did not celebrate victory in arrogance, nor did they seek to dominate. They simply existed as they always had, resilient, clever, and unyielding. Every species that had doubted them took note. Every council representative who had plotted against them, remember,